Hi, it's Leslie, Sister Wives, and it is finally a wrap for Kody and Meri.
This appears to be the end of our plural marriage.
And this should be a surprise to no one. It certainly was not a surprise to me, but it was still a surprise for somebody. And I am just going to start off with my absolute favorite clip of maybe the whole series.
I wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives here on this property with our kids and our grandkids and be a family. I don't understand. I don't understand.
This was a surprise to nobody, certainly not me, but it was still a surprise to Robyn. Well, as I've said before, I mean, Robyn, you don't get along with them. They didn't want to sit on a porch. It was never going to happen. And one other very important fact is that we don't even have these houses. Did they even have porches? I mean, we've never seen the layout. They probably don't even have porches. This just was never going to happen from the beginning. I guess Meri said she talked to Kody one anniversary and he said, cheers to a new beginning. That really could mean a lot of things, but I guess Meri took it to mean that that's going to be that they have a new beginning of their relationship. And what's confusing to me now is that if that happens and then nothing follows it, she for some reason still thinks they're going to have a relationship. I mean, it's like if someone says they're going to take you out on a date and then they never call and take you out on a date within the next week or so, wouldn't you kind of go, well, maybe that's not going to happen? No, but she just sat there patiently waiting for Kody to show up for their new relationship. I don't get it, but whatever. Anyway, so Kody finally laid it out clear as day, you know, as if it wasn't already, that nothing is going to happen between them two. And it took Meri 6 months to ponder this and figure out what she wanted to do. 6 months? You've had 7 years to contemplate what you would do if your relationship was over, and for some reason it still took her another 6 months to work this through in her brain and figure out what she's going to do, what her next move would be. And Meri is very aware of this.
The fact that there really is no commitment or covenant, he's already broken it. I really feel like I was emotionally abandoned by him many, many years ago, well before the catfishing.
She wants the record to show, you know, this was not my fault. It was not about the catfishing. He dumped me long before that. Let the record show that. Of course, you know, everybody has something to say about this relationship, and here's Christine's thoughts.
I think it's disgusting how Kody's been dragging Meri along for years. And I think it's equally as disgusting that Robyn's like, stay with the family, stay with the family. Let that girl go.
You know, I usually agree when people kind of bash Kody and everything, but in this case, I have to say, you know, she allowed herself to be dragged, you know? So, Meri, you own some of this mess, too. Like, she was an adult. She did not need to be like, you know, she knew what was happening here. She allowed it to happen. Anyway, you know, so Christine said, she left Kody a couple years ago. I'm like, God, this show's on the fast track. I didn't think it was that long ago. I feel like that just happened. But here we are, on to the third wife hitting the road. So there was a big land discussion, and this is very confusing to me. I guess there's 14 acres, and Meri's irritated because she's only going to get 2. I guess Robyn gets 4, Kody gets 4, and Janelle gets 4, so that's the 12, and then there's only 2. And she had said she's been paying into this whole family thing still. Oh, that doesn't make you sick. But and now Kody wants like his land, like he wants his land, and then he wants the family land. And his reasoning to Meri was basically, well, you had 1 kid. Basically, your worth is just not that much because you only had 1 kid for me, and all the other ones get more because they have more kids, and he thinks these kids are all going to come back to this land with the lake. I don't see these kids. They don't come back. They're all living a freaking pipe dream over there. Nobody's coming back. Nobody's sitting on porches. Nobody's coming back. None of that's happening. But Meri's starting to realize, God, he treats me like total crap. I mean, financially, emotionally, every which way he's treated her like crap. Like, how much does someone have to dump on you before you kind of wake up and go, oh, I'm worth more than this? Anyway, they're all at the picnic table, at the nice little picnic table, having their family discussion about how, you know, how Meri and Kody are calling it quits. Robyn is noticeably upset. She is the most upset over this discussion. But Kody, I guess, wanted to kind of keep this all on the the hush hush, about him and Meri not really married. Like who is he fooling? Who is he fooling? Nobody. I mean, you're on TV. Everybody knows there's nothing happening when you don't see somebody for months and months, and and he treats her like garbage on top of that, which is just so sad. But Kody is very defensive. He does not want to have another badge of a dirt bag attached to him that he, I guess he doesn't want Meri to make him look bad also. So he is very defensive and does not want to be, again, painted as the bad person in the relationship.
It's blame.
I'm not meaning to blame you, Kody.
Then just don't.
What did I say that made you feel like I was blaming you?
Just you brought up things I've said and things that I've done.
Right.
She's saying
That feels like blame.
He basically looks like shit, and he doesn't want to look like more shit. But I think that train has left the station. I think that's already happened, Kody. Sorry. But anyway, let's press on. And Kody and Meri are basically just sitting there having like a business discussion, very calm, little chuckles, laughter. Robyn's over there, just waiting. The tears are just all building up in there. They're having a calm discussion, basically putting an end to their fake relationship, which has been coming for 7 years, I guess. Kody says that he can be supportive and everything, but he just cannot have a physical, intimate relationship with her. No shock there. It would have happened. That's the thing about those things. If you want it to happen, they usually do happen if you want to be physical with someone and they're willing. But anyway, I digress.
You want something that we can't have together. And we can always have something else. But not that.
Kody says he can be supportive, but he can't be like that. And on that note, Robyn bursts into tears and has to excuse herself from the powwow and exits left.
I'm sorry. I need to move away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just want to be supportive of you too, but I just need to move away. I'll just go for a walk.
Kody says this is what he's willing to do.
I am willing to fake being in love with Meri, doing my duties as a husband, sort of putting up with things that frustrate me so deeply that I struggle to be around her. If I need to, for the sake of whatever, I don't know, I can fake through this. I don't want to, but if you're going to insist, then we will.
The question I have, which I'm sure all you out there have also, who are you faking it for? Who are you faking it for? No, nobody is fooled by this. This act or whatever you call it, I don't get it. Who are you faking it for? Nobody. Robyn will definitely need to double up on her therapy after this one because she is just distraught beyond belief. The most upset here. What was really interesting here is Kody actually turned it back on Robyn because Robyn's like, you don't feel that way. Don't say anything. That's going to end it forever. Like she wants to just like, hang on, let's get away from this table and we'll deal with this later. She wants to save it at all costs because this is the only thing holding her onto a polygamous situation, which is she's so desperate to keep, which I don't understand. That's a whole nother thing is why she had a regular marriage before. Why are you so into this polygamous thing? But that's like unhealthy, if you ask me, but nobody's asking me actually. But anyway, but Kody turns it back on Robyn and says, you made me promise that covenant, whatever that is, that if I was going to be with you, that if it ever went south and we didn't have feelings, that I wouldn't just stay in a deadbeat, marriage or whatever, just to like keep the thing going. And she made him promise that. And so he turned that back on her. Meaning I'm supposed to do that to Meri now? No.
This is the agreement you required of me in order to get married. This agreement that I gave you, if I'm ever not in love with you, I won't just sit there and be in a pathetic place with you. You made me promise you that.
Good one, Kody. Use her words against her. That worked good. So it's finally over. And they have their last embrace. Probably the first and last of the last 7 years. I don't know if they ever hugged before this, recently. But anyway. And then there was one. Glorious. Anyway, that is how it all went down. But I cannot wait because now we have the most exciting parts. The reunion's coming up. Anyway, if you want to follow along, I follow this nonsense every week. So please subscribe.